Look what just rolled up in front of us. We got this big cart, and it's big, but what do you see that's so small?
You know what rolled into town? We got some new hearing aids that rolled into town.
Itty bitty.
We get excited. You know, we get excited about new hearing aids. We know that most people don't get real excited about hearing aids.
One thing people get really excited about is small.
Small.
People love small hearing devices.
You know, and
the smaller the better, right?
The smaller the better. That we always hear that. We want the smallest one possible. Yep. And for me, it's kind of like that feeling when you're waiting for like your favorite movie to come out, or maybe like your favorite artist is getting ready to drop an album, and you're just kind of waiting for it. You're anticipating it, and then it's finally there. Boom. You know, that movie's in theaters, that album's hit the stores. This new tiny hearing aid has hit the market.
I can't keep my eyes off it. It's really fun when you have a new toy, something exciting, like the smallest rechargeable hearing device ever made.
Wait. Ever made?
It's almost like silence, right? It's
small.
This is the smallest rechargeable device that does what it does, right? So lithium-ion battery, what was surprising to me is it doesn't sacrifice the length or the duration of how long that charge lasts. So it still can go 24 straight hours of pure streaming. That means you can be on your phone as much as you want, stream to the TV as much as you want. You can do all those fun Bluetooth things with this little device. And it lasts. It just goes and goes and goes, even though it's small.
It's tiny. And you know what? This new product that we're talking about, this tiny product, is the newest hearing aid from ReSound. It's called the Nexia. Next level.
Nexia. It's like
next level hearing.
Next one up. The Nexia.
The Nexia. The Nexia is the smallest rechargeable hearing aid to hit the market. We're excited to talk about it a little bit today and share some of the exciting new features and share why we're excited about it. So other than being small, what else does the Nexia offer?
We talked about it having great battery life.
Well, we did. Oh, that's true. It's small.
It's great battery life.
Doesn't sacrifice the battery life. In fact, ReSound for a long time has boasted the longest battery life of any hearing aid company. When this thing's brand new, it'll go, what, like 34 hours on a single charge?
Right.
Something like that.
And then if you're streaming, like I was saying earlier, it can go 24 straight hours of doing some high-level, very dynamic things. One of the things that I love about this device that's totally different than any product we've ever had, and it's kind of the first of its kind, not just because it's super small, but it's also a first of its kind that it does something different with Bluetooth. Do you want to tell them about it?
Yeah, I really do, because this to me is the most exciting feature of the Nexia. The Nexia incorporates something called low-energy Bluetooth audio. Now, that's a mouthful, but low-energy Bluetooth audio is an exciting thing. It's something that has become the new standard in Bluetooth. Sometimes we even get asked the question by patients, what is Bluetooth?
Right.
You know, Bluetooth is the ability to stream audio wirelessly. And this has become a part of most of our worlds, where you can stream from your phone to headphones, AirPods, earphones, on the airplane.
Right.
You know, this is Bluetooth when you're streaming from a phone to something to something wirelessly. But this low energy Bluetooth audio is going to be different. It's going to be new.
That's right. And it allows us to tap into a new type of technology that the Bluetooth world is going crazy about. The newest TVs, all the newest phones that are launching here in the future are going to have this Auracast type of technology. Auracast. So you kind of have to hear that a couple times. So it's like aural, like your ear, and cast, like broadcast. Auracast. And Auracast is a form of Bluetooth that can be used with low energy Bluetooth. That is a more stable signal, which we love. So we're going to want to talk about that. So it's more stable, but it's also more robust. It's bigger and it's stronger. I'll tell you, it's reminding me a little bit of when I had a CD player in my car, and I loved the CDs. Some of you had fancy cars that could load multiple CDs, but most of us, we'd put a CD in and you'd have to take it out if you wanted to switch to a new band or a new group or a new song.
Did you have the big thing in your car with like all the CDs in it, like tucked under the back seat?
Oh yeah, for sure. You had the big briefcase thing, and you open it up and you're like, take your pick.
Hey.
And, you know, it's kind of like going to the library. It was kind of fun. But then we switched to a new technology called MP3 players, where all the songs were loaded onto first those iPods and things like that, and then your phones could do it. And so it became way more convenient, and the ability to switch between songs, the ability to get the best signal possible, because with MP3s you couldn't scratch the song. Like you couldn't have a song that had issues just because the CD was scratched. right?
Yeah, it was a big deal when we went from CDs to the MP3 players. Big deal.
Well,
similar here, right?
Yes, where I was going. I know that was a long introduction on that.
We got excited about CDs.
Holy cow! I just went right back to like my high school years. What I was trying to say is, with our current technology and how it connects to Bluetooth phones and different things, sometimes the connection can be off. Sometimes the connection can be a little sporadic or not quite as constant and consistent as we'd like. With this new AuraCast and the new low-energy Bluetooth audio, the way it works together, the signal is much stronger, much more robust, much more consistent. And so that's going to be a big deal for when we're on phone calls. Maybe we're streaming sound from a TV to our ears. It's going to be a much, much more consistent and clean, like a more clean and clear signal. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about it. You know, this AuraCast is a feature of this Bluetooth low energy audio, and it's going to allow some really cool things. So I want to jump in and talk about a couple of these. One thing that it allows, it's going to allow streaming from one device to multiple receiving devices. So to say that another way, let's say that you're sitting in a theater. Let's say you're at Tuacahn. You're watching a show at Tuacahn.
Love Tuacahn.
You're struggling to hear and understand the dialogue a little bit. You're going to be able to tap in to the person, the actor, you know, the whole cast and crew.
Microphone.
They're going to have a microphone that's going to be broadcasting this AuraCast signal. You're going to be able to receive that through your AirPods or through your headphones,
right.
You directly, but it's not just one-to-one. Usually with Bluetooth, you know, if I'm watching a movie on an airplane, I'm watching a movie and I'm wishing my wife could watch it with me, but only, you know, maybe we have to use a splitter and we each use one earbud and we're both kind of tapping into the to the audio. This is going to allow that phone to broadcast to both of us.
That's right.
So if we both have AirPods in, we're both going to be able to get the audio. Back to Tuacahn, there might be 50 people in the crowd that are trying to tap into this. All 50 will be able to tap into that one broadcast at once.
Exactly.
This is revolutionary. This is cool stuff.
And you know, going to church, we hear this one a lot here in Utah, where you've got this congregation and some of the people in the congregation don't hear well. One speaker at the pulpit speaking and broadcasting, and the people wearing hearing devices like these can just receive that signal directly. So it's some of the things coming with this AuraCast and having the devices that are ready for that technology. The new TVs, like we said, being at church, going to the Hales Theater up in Salt Lake, or maybe you're at the Smith Center down in Vegas, or maybe our own Tuacahn. Think about how fun that is to get a direct sound, as in no distance. It's like the person singing or talking at the pulpit is talking right to you.
It's right in your ear.
Bam.
This is cool stuff. Cool. Yeah, this is really cool stuff.
So that's a big, huge feature. What else do you love about this?
Well, I actually want to talk about this AuraCast just a little more, if that's okay.
Yeah, keep it going.
Yeah, I mean, this is exciting to me because, just to be clear, the hearing aids are going to be able to tap in directly to this, but so are other devices.
Yeah.
You know, it's not just hearing aids. People in the crowd at Tuacahn, they're going to be able to tap in through their phone and maybe plug headphones in and listen to it. Someone else might have AirPods. They're going to be able to tap into it. Someone wearing the hearing aids are going to be able to tap right into it. It's bigger than just hearing aids, and which I think is a really cool thing.
Huge,
and the way it's going to work, as I understand it, is a lot of it is going to go through smartphones. You know how when you're someplace and you're trying to tap into the Wi-Fi, and you pull the Wi-Fi up on your phone and there's a whole menu of Wi-Fi options, and you're looking at all these different Wi-Fi things. My understanding is that's how it's going to be with the Bluetooth. You're going to go into a Bluetooth menu on your phone, and there's going to be a whole bunch of different options. Let's say you're at Chili's, you know, getting some baby back ribs.
Maybe they have a couple TVs up there.
There's a bunch of games playing at the same time. You're going to be able to pull up your Bluetooth menu, and it's going to say like TV1, TV2, TV3. And if you want to tap into one of those games, you hit it, you're listening to the game. Let's say there's 20 people in there. They all want the same game. They're all going to be able to tap in simultaneously, kind of through their phone, and either listen through their hearing aids or listen through any kind of headphone that they have. Anyway, that's awesome. That's pretty cool stuff. So,
well, one of the other features I like with this new Nexia, the new device, is not just its size, but it has a chip that is making decisions so quickly. So when you have noise that's on, the left side of your head, and all of a sudden the noise switches and it goes to the right, and the group of noisy teenagers is switching around you, this hearing device is making decisions every 3 to 5 seconds with where the noise is and where the speech is. And so its main goal is to focus on speech. And we always hear that. I want to do better when I have background noise around me. I want to hear the speech signal better, right?
It's the number one complaint.
It's the number one complaint of
Numero uno.
Yeah, people with hearing loss. What they want to do more than anything else is hear better when they're in background noise. The car, the restaurant, the church environment we mentioned, Tuacahn. So there's typically, anytime you're doing something dynamic and fun, there's usually going to be background noise. So the Nexia, I think, offers us a little bit more of a dynamic solution, making decisions a little quicker. I'm excited about that. And of course, we don't know. I mean, it's brand new to us, so we're super excited to try the hearing device on some of the patients, maybe some of your loved ones or maybe you. So
I've been wearing it for about a week, just playing with it. I fitted on 2 people yesterday. They were my first 2 that I've tried it on. Yeah, we're excited to hear how it goes.
I've fit 2 people as well yesterday. So these are our first patients with it. We're kind of watching and seeing. I will tell you my first experience using the device with the TV and the new TV streamer that uses this Auracast technology. The TV was amazing. And I found myself seeing how far I could go from the TV and still have that direct sound. I found myself seeing if I could turn the TV all the way to 0, so no one else could hear the TV, but I'm the only one hearing it. You could do some amazing things with this new Auracast TV streamer working directly with the Nexia hearing devices. It was a really fun demo so far, so I'm excited.
I am too. It was night and day. I'm going to say that. We've had the ability to stream from TVs directly to hearing aids before, and it was good.
But didn't you feel like the Auracast signal was more robust? Like it was bigger.
That's what I'm saying, night and day.
It was sharper.
Yeah, it was really cool to try on myself. Can I get nerdy a little bit? I like bringing it down to the nerd level.
I think we've already been in that zone.
We're in that zone.
We're already,
I kind of live in that zone.
Yeah, we are already in the nerdy zone. Keep going.
Because I wanted to talk about the background noise thing a little bit.
Okay.
ReSound has done some cool things for years. It was probably like 15 years ago. Do you remember? This is about the time we started working together. Okay. There was a product from ReSound called the Azure.
Ooh, that sounds
nice. Is this
nice.
Bringing back memories?
Oh, I love the Azure.
Remember the Azure? I mean, 15 years ago, this was a hearing aid that we were excited about.
All this technology came out of Vanderbilt, but yeah, go ahead.
You know where I'm going with this.
Yes.
They did something kind of interesting. They found out that if they put one hearing aid in an omnidirectional mode, so 360
picking
degrees.
Up sound all the way around your head, okay.
And they put the other hearing aid in a fixed directional mode, so only amplifying like in a beam in front of you. Mm-hmm. If they did that combo, people did better in background noise. It's kind of like how sometimes you hear people about getting surgery on their eyes and they do one for distance and one for close up. Somehow the brain uses that, and it works. That's what ReSound figured out. We do one omni, we do one fixed directional microphone, and people do better. Over the course of 15 years, they've progressed with that. They're doing some really cool stuff with this new Nexia product. Mm-hmm. We hear across a whole range of frequencies, from low bass all the way up to real high treble. Mm-hmm. So what they're doing with these, the bass tones, the low frequencies, are in the omnidirectional. The high frequencies are in the fixed directional. And in the mid frequencies, so in between, they're doing something called beam forming. So they use this very narrow beam of amplification that actually shifts to kind of zoom in on the voices in the environment. And it's kind of the next level of being able to hear in background noise. Right. But that whole combination is what they're doing now to really be able to help people hear in background noise.
I think the beam-forming technology through those mid-frequencies, that's kind of like saying the middle of your piano. It's the meat and potatoes of speech. It's where the majority of these phonemes, these speech signals, come in. And so the fact that they wanted that to be the most dynamic spot where we could capture the majority of the mid-range sounds, it makes a lot of sense. We're excited to see how it works with individuals who have hearing loss. We've been saying we've been trying these devices for about a week because we've only had them for about 7 to 10 days.
Yeah.
But we don't have hearing loss.
Yeah.
And so it's going to be really fun to see how our patients react and respond. I have a few patients that will be coming in already who have hearing devices, but they're just excited to try the new Nexia. They're giving us their feedback. And I'm really, really appreciative of that and really grateful that people are willing to compare and contrast. So we're going to have an idea of how exciting the sound quality is in background noise here very shortly, but some of the things so far are just awesome. One other thing that I was wondering, you get something really small and you microsize it a little more. I was curious to see if the device was going to be waterproof. Previous generations had this weatherproofing technology that was really great, and it is.
It's really very. What do they like to say? They like to say what? They like to say weatherproof. What do they like to say?
Well, waterproof kind of denotes that something was created for the purpose of functioning in water. Now, hearing devices weren't created to just function in water all day. But this weatherproofing technology that most of the hearing aid companies do a pretty good job with, even though this little guy is teeny, I'm so excited that it is weatherproof. You're going to be able to go 1 meter or like 3 feet under the water and come back up, and they're still working. And so that's good.
I get nervous telling patients to try that. I get nervous
Don't go
saying,
swim laps in them.
Go swim with it. It's very, very water resistant, weatherproof. The meter of water, it can do all this, and we're excited about it. But I still tell people,
be careful.
Maybe don't test it too much. No, that's just me going back in time. Hearing aids, when we first started in this industry, they would get like a drop of sweat on them, and it would mess with them. They'd get fuzzy, staticky,
intermittent sound.
Summertime in St. George can get pretty hot.
There's a lot of people sweating in St. George.
There's
a lot
a little
of perspiration
bit of that
happening.
And our clinic would just be overrun with people saying my hearing aids are not working right, and now we just do not see that.
Weatherproof's awesome. You're going on a hike with your family. You're sweating a little bit, but you still want to hear the ambient sounds, all the nature sounds. Have that full experience, that rich experience, and I think these devices will be really great for that.
They deliver.
So,
you know what else they have in them? So this is something new for ReSound. These devices now have a cross system available.
That's true.
Cross. Cross stands for, I'm putting you on the spot.
Yeah, contralateral routing of the signal. So, for example, if this is the right ear and this is the left ear, this ear over here may be totally normal, but the left ear may have some hearing loss or quite a bit of hearing loss. And so one of the challenges people have, of course, with unilateral hearing loss or single-sided deafness, or in other words, one ear doesn't work, the other ear does. Like when they're sitting in a row like this and he is on my dead side and he whispers something like, I think we should leave, or something like that. These people struggle with that. So with the new Cross, it kind of fixes things, right?
It does, yeah, that's right. It's a special device, kind of a specialty thing for people in that unique situation of having one ear that's dead, one ear that's normal, this single-sided deafness, and it's a cool solution. It just routes the sound over from one to the other. It used to be, I feel like we're reminiscing a lot here today. But it used to be
CDs.
That to do this, CDs.
We're going back.
It used to be that to do this, they would actually be connected by a wire. You'd have one hearing aid on one side, one on the other, and then going behind your neck was a wire connecting the two.
If you had long hair, no problem.
And it would just take the sound from one side, and it would transfer it through the wire to the other side. So yeah, someone's whispering on your bad side, it just routes it across. Bluetooth revolutionized this.
Yep.
Because suddenly now there's no wire. Now suddenly we're sending sound from the dead side to the other.
Yeah, you've got a microphone on one ear picking up sound, and it's just routing the signal over to the good ear where all of the good stuff can happen.
That's the contralateral routing, the CR of the Cross.
And these new little Nexia, they come with this technology.
Do you remember though when the wires went away, there was still a big problem: battery life.
Ooh.
Because the batteries would die.
You're kind of, this is making me sad.
The batteries would die after like 8 hours.
Because they weren't rechargeable.
They weren't rechargeable, so these batteries were just constantly dying because it was Bluetooth streaming nonstop. Nonstop Bluetooth streaming, and it was a battery hog. So the second thing that revolutionized Cross systems was the rechargeable battery.
Well,
because now you don't have a cord, but you don't have to change the battery all the time. They would go all day long.
Exactly.
So now ReSound's finally got something that we're really excited about, a Cross system, rechargeable battery, no cord.
Low energy Bluetooth.
Low energy Bluetooth.
Yep, Auracast to your smart ear with the Cross system.
And you know what I learned this week? So I was being trained by some of the ReSound bigwigs.
Yeah, and the researchers.
The researchers
the individuals
themselves.
that came up with the technology. So
this is one of the only Cross systems that's actually controllable through a smartphone app. A lot of people, when they get a Cross system, they can't control it. It's just simply streaming sound from one side to the other.
If I only had one ear I would want control.
You want to control.
Yeah.
So the app works really great with this cross system, and that's kind of fun too.
Really fun. So if you can't tell, we're way excited about the Nexia. If you think that you would be willing to give us some help, some feedback, or maybe you're in the market for a new device, we're pretty excited about the Nexia.
We're excited.
What I love about it is they've done so many beta trials with this device, months and months in advance, that we get to see all the research come through. We get to see some of the finished product here now, and it's ready for the masses. It's ready. And the cool thing about the Nexia is it can fit people with mild loss, but it can also fit people that have up to severe to profound loss. So it's a small little device, but it just packs a punch.
Super flexible, right?
It's really flexible. It has a lot of power if we need it to. It has way less, it's going to be very easy to customize and to tailor fit to just about any hearing loss. So it's a really great device, and it doesn't hurt that it's the smallest little rechargeable device on the market right now, and good for them.
And Auracast.
Oh,
here we go.
Here we go. So thanks for going back in time with us. We talked about a lot of things that were fun from our childhood, and now here we have finished products, advancements that are making life way better for you and your family. So thank you.
Thank you for watching our video today. If you have any questions or if you'd like to reach out to us,
If you're interested in this, or maybe you have a loved one or someone you care about, probably needs some hearing help,
you can get a free consultation with either me or Dr. Lukengang.
you can call us anytime. Any of our doctors would love to return that call.
We'd love to talk with you over the phone or in person to answer any questions that you might have.